Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? Good morning, GMG. Monday, January 42nd, 2024. Five. Definitely February 10th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. Mando, good morning, boys. How you doing today?
Sup, brother? How are you?
Sup, brother? You good? Feeling fantastic today, Mando?
Yes.
I like that. You just bought some fart coin the other day.
Busy.
You must roll it in it. I love that. This guy bought, again, Mando. Did Mando's Mangoes, baby. Mando's Mangoes. This guy just bought some fart coin. What is it? Friday morning, Saturday morning? I forget. It's one of the mornings you texted. And you post it, and look at that. It's up a lot, Never misses. Tyler, you had a busy weekend. You're going to be busy today on the show because I was tapped out. So you're going to have a busy show today. But Tyler, how you doing this weekend today?
I'm good for the first Monday in a month. We're not bleeding red.
Wait, hold on, don't jinx it. Knock on wood.
Yes. Yeah, of course, anything could change in any minute. But hey, a little bit of thing on the board this morning, we'll take it.
Hey, could this be a paradigm shift plus vibe shift plus new paradigm plus what's that copy pasta? I remember we had at some point like this plus that. Look, it does feel good. Hey, could it be that sellers are exhausted? Is the meme becoming a reality? I was thinking about this last night. Well, let's talk about it during the market. Anyways, I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, and like, who else is left to sell? I mean, fuck. Everybody's stable. You guys talk about stable coins. You guys are posting stable coins higher every single day. I'm like, dude, how many more stables can we have? There's more stables than meme coins right now valued. Anyways, let's talk about that in the midst of market today. Tyler's top 1,000, and there was a lot like big balls, jail stool, Central African Republic or some shit, which obviously ended up being a hack or whatever. We got to talk about all this stuff because that was insane. So the left curve corner today is going to be fascinating. And last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. In school, I used to remember all these poems and stuff by heart. I can't remember ad reads by heart for some reason. So funny. Anyways, Galaxis is a Web3 platform empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence, trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, and the NBA, shaping together the future of engagement, but also Fairsight. Every day we see people's wallets get drained. Fairsight is about to launch the fair alternative to insurance for crypto scams. Check out Fairsight Network on X. If you get drained, you won't get wrecked. Mando, let's get right into this market because it's definitely interesting right now.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. We had a great weekend. Bit of a mixed weekend, I would say, for price action here in crypto. Bitcoin is still hanging out kind of just below 100K. Been there for, well, just over a week now. 10 days, it looks like we're heading up to. We broke below that level on the 1st of the month. Now on the 10th. The last couple of days have been slightly more green. It looked like we were about to head lower yesterday, and then we kind of bounced from a 95K area. Solana's been slightly outperforming over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is still up around 62% though. So still feels like not a great market, at least for alts on a broad basis. Over the weekend, you just again had an increase, I would say, in the velocity of memes. If you literally logged off on Friday and came back today, you might just have not realized what's been going on. But memes just go to like 300 million and then zero within the space of a few hours, it feels like, in this market. And that's kind of how people are adapting. A lot. We saw red in a number of like the left curve stuff for the majority of the weekend. Stuff is bouncing again this morning, but it feels like people are still very worried to own anything for more than a few hours. This weekend, I mean, I'm sure we're going to do it with Tyler, but there was 3 or 4 different runners. One of them went all the way up to nearly $1 billion. And the others went up.
It kissed it. That was crazy.
Other ones all went up to hundreds of millions. Huge volume in them. So the trenches are not dead. It's just that people are very, very, very wary holding on to coins. It feels like, which is not a very nice environment, I think, for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people don't want to have to be looking at stuff 24/7. They want to be able to chill for like a few hours. So what we've seen is a big move again towards stables, towards majors, Bitcoin dominance going higher. Just because I think people are losing money, or they recognize they don't have much of an edge in this market unless you're there like 24/7. Interestingly, yeah, we did see Sol stablecoin supply flip meme coins. Now, what does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Before, in November, Sol stablecoins was about $3 billion, and Sol memes were about 24 or $23 billion. So,
Wow.
so you had
Can you repeat those numbers?
So right now they are, we can bring them up. It's at 12 Sol stablecoins.
12 billion.
Yeah, and memes are at 11. In November, stablecoins were around 3, and memes are about 24, 25.
My God. So memes are down 50% while stablecoin supply is up like 4x.
Exactly. So this used to be about a 6-7x difference between the two of them.
My goodness.
And what we've seen is people have pummeled those LPs and seemingly moved to stables. So Sol TVL actually hasn't changed like a huge amount over this period. But you've just seen a movement away from meme coins and mainly into stables. So very interesting dynamic there. Obviously, this is a market, and to be clear, 3 billion of that has come from Trump. So that figure is really...
So it's really not that much.
It's really like 8 billion. So you've really seen here is Sol memes, assuming Trump hadn't come, have gone from 24 billion down to 8, and stables have gone from 3 up to 12. So a really crazy move there. I personally think at this stage that's pretty bullish. Now,
it's very bottomy, right?
Yeah, stables on ETH are much higher, but no one really shitcoins on ETH, right? Whereas the majority of the money on Solana is casino money. Like it's used. It's
casino. Yeah, it's all
traditionally
casino.
It's been casino style money. So it's just a very interesting turn that like people just don't see value in meme coins anymore.
Wow, you know that Bonk and Trump are nearly 50% of that figure together.
Well, no, remember, because I just said Trump. That's excluding Trump. I just said.
The 11 billion figure excludes Trump already.
No, that includes Trump.
No, so that's what I'm saying. So
right, yeah. I see. Sorry, the 11 figure.
It's a third of it. It's a third of it is just Trump Bonk. Wow.
Yeah, 40% of it. Yeah, it is pretty wild. And just to put that again in perspective, just Whiff and Bonk were worth 10 billion back in November together.
Bro,
so
Whiff went for 7 billion for a hot second on
all
Coinbase
the meme coins. All the meme coins on Solana are now worth less, 20% less than just Whiff and Bonk were worth in this includes Trump, right? So it's I mean, these are figures. Everyone has felt this for a while,
of course.
But I think figures probably at this stage make you understand like how bottomy this has started to become, or like how bad this has become.
So Peanut is 170 M.
Right, exactly. That was 2.5 billion back in November. So you kind of
paradigm.
You just forget like how high some of these things were.
You're right.
It was a really crazy time then. Bonk, with Peanut, Popcat was 2, right? A really, really crazy move across the board there. So I think this week, I mean, we can continue to pummel these coins, but I also think that people will probably return a little bit more, just because the pace, it's gone even quicker than when it was with Trump, right? Like the pace of memes, I actually think it's like hours now or minutes you have.
Dude, you're not on it, you're out.
Yeah.
Don't even try. Like you're just not in, you're out. You know?
Yeah. So, and I think people in that world will realize that, like, yeah, it's there may be some value again here. This does feel a little bit bottomy when I saw that sort of figure, right? Like how down versus how much Sol stables are. those stables will eventually return to the casino, in my opinion, or a lot of them will be dragged back into the casino. So I quite like a few more of the risky bits of the market here, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And then
Mendo.
into like bigger news, Bitcoin adoption just continues to skyrocket. This weekend we had today we had Japan approving a bunch of Bitcoin ETFs and lowering crypto taxes. That's huge. I mean, Japan moving towards
This is crazy.
ETFs is a very, very big thing in my opinion. Metaplanet, which is kind of their answer to MicroStrategy, is committed to buying 21,000 Bitcoin over until 2026. And then you've had now, I think Tyler mentioned over the weekend, 22 states have now proposed Bitcoin reserve bills. And then you had various different people coming in, and Klarna, which is probably one of the bigger ones, has come in and accepted Bitcoin payments. So you're seeing adoption there across countries, states, companies. I think the University of Austin even did a Bitcoin, going to buy 5 million of Bitcoin, like endowments.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big move. So there's this like disconnect, which I think a lot of people continue to point to between Bitcoin.
Well, I would say institutional crypto and crypto Twitter disconnect.
Yeah.
Which was the tweet? Was it you, Tyler? I know I retweeted it, but it was Matt Hugin from Bitwise that tweeted last week. I think Tyler may have brought up Friday or some shit on the show. But it's this one, right? Mando, it's the point you're making. There's an absolutely massive disconnect between retail and professional sentiment in crypto right now. Retail sentiment is the worst it's been in years, while professional investors are extraordinarily bullish. It's like living in two completely separate worlds. And I think this is a sentiment that you, like us three, have kind of been feeling. And we talk about it a lot. Like, we feel very bullish, all of us. And we see this, and I feel like a lot of CTs feeling very bearish, right? So I think this was a good kind of like TLDR of how the state of the affairs here in crypto.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, so you've got a retail buddy who learns you're in crypto, and then he asks you what to buy. And if you tell him Bitcoin, he just kind of looks the other way, just because it's like, all right, maybe he's got 5K to invest, and he doesn't want to buy 0.5 Bitcoin. So what they do is they go down the risk curve. Anyone who bought Trump on central exchanges is down.
Everyone.
Anyone who bought Portnoy's coin on Kraken yesterday is down a lot now. So like that just keeps happening. And so anyone who's playing in the meme coin streets from retail is getting hurt pretty bad. And now they're just kind of turning away. I feel like that's kind of what's happening.
What solves this? I saw a few conversations on the timeline regarding how exchanges need to list faster. Like people were giving Hyperliquid a lot of kudos the other day. What was the coin they listed right away? That did more volume than the Binance. This meme coin got listed Friday. Big one.
TST?
It was in TST, but we should talk about TST too, by the way. What the fuck? Hyperliquid was very quick to list the coin on Friday. And it was doing more perp volume on Hyperliquid on Binance. It was Bera. Sorry, so that's not a meme coin, I guess, so it does not count. But yes, it was Bera. But I guess still a similar example is like people were talking a lot again about how exchanges need to be faster on the listing side. Like, how do we fix this? Because retail continues to get wrecked. Or retail just needs to adopt Moonshot only. And Moonshot did pass Coinbase this weekend in the top app store. Like, what's the solution to this, right? Retail continues to take L's.
Yeah, I don't know the answer
No.
necessarily.
It's tough, right? Should exchanges have an arm that's like Kraken Plus or Coinbase Plus? I don't know. I'm just trying to think like that auto lists things or auto indexes, but then what's happened on the regulatory side with the exchange? Like, how do we fix this?
Well, that's
like,
what
retail...
been saying, right? They basically said we should just list everything. We can just list everything. Coinbase.
Oh, did they say that? Okay.
Brian Armstrong said he wants to move to try and list everything.
It should be a DEX. It should be like a DEX. Everything's there.
You trade through Coinbase wallet on Coinbase to if you want to buy DEX coin. So yeah, that's what they said. There'd still be obviously like
a strict list, like on Jupiter.
Yeah, there'd be an onboarding process to get onto the actual main SEX, but the idea is that anyone should be able to trade any coin on Binance or Coinbase.
They should have it like a DEX arm. Does that make sense, guys? Like, I mean, or we just start supporting Moonshot and all these apps more, and Jupiter and shit like that, and Phantom, like, and
I
that's
think
it.
they're aware of this. I do. I think they see suddenly that their biggest threat right now is that DEX volumes are soaring,
Yeah.
even while SEX volumes are not going absolutely crazy, and the majority of users are suddenly on chain.
Yeah. Nobody wants to get wrecked also by market makers on a sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's look at Farcoin. Farcoin's like arguably like the most popular meme right now. Let's say, put it that way. Like, or like in terms of like that we can compare to, like, you have the 24-hour volume, sex 108 million, DEX 120 mil. And even sex, I'm surprised that Farcoin's got $108 million on sex. Like, which sex is doing that on? So, you know what I mean? So I think it speaks volumes to that.
Can you click the sex? What sex
Anyways.
is my volume?
It's doing BitGet 15 million, a Kraken 5, KuCoin 11, Mexi 15. Gate. So Gate.io actually does. So Gate.io has become like really big this last few months. They're consistently one of the highest exchange volumes in the game, top 5. So 42. No color on if it's market makers and stuff like this, but I don't think so. But
What's happened with this jail stool token? Sorry, just to interrupt you.
But I think we should get there. Do we want to go to Tyler? Are you done, Mando? We can start with Jailstool.
That's what people are saying. I don't even know.
It's
Did
speed
he
running
sell?
to 0 right now.
Did he sell?
I don't think so. I can explain what. Do we want to go right to it, or do you want to?
Yeah,
do
go to it because it's down 81% over the last 24
All right.
hours.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler T on FOMO hour cause the kids can't miss.
Yeah, we'll run through some headlines real quick and then talk about Jailstool. But some big news over the weekend. Crypto majors first off green this morning despite tariff concerns. Bitcoin leading the way. Japan's financial services agency to revise their crypto policy and lift their ban on crypto and ETFs. Huge news. Metaplanet sharing plans to buy 21,000 Bitcoin by 2026. That is, I believe, the Japanese version of MicroStrategy. Sailor, meanwhile, bought another 7,600 Bitcoin, $740 million. So he's back and buying big. FTX, they're going to start repaying customers February 18th. That is next Tuesday. Those stimmies are coming. As Mano mentioned, 22 United States have now proposed a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. Utah is along. University of Austin bought $5 million of Bitcoin. Notably, this is what they said. I'm quoting, "We don't want to be left behind." That is going to be the mantra of everyone who capitulates in over the coming months. And token airdrop and protocol news, Pump Fund reportedly planning to launch a token, may adopt a Dutch auction model. This is all according to the Woo blockchain account. Alan has not confirmed this, but some big speculation there. Myriad smashing new records, 25,000 signups yesterday, 82,000 unique visitors on Sunday ahead of those upcoming USDC markets. We are excited for those. And then Hyperliquid, you look at the Hyperliquid market share in perps, they are eating the market. They passed 50%.
Let's go.
In the past week. AI crypto overall market cap $6.9 billion. Most leaders are actually up about 10 to 25% on the day, but they're pretty volatile. They're kind of just going back and forth. This Accelerate DAO, they launched their 2025 roadmap, focused on building their accelerator tokenomics and partnerships, and then totally plugged this new Whispers AI product with the tagline they put crypto into the phone lines. That did lead to a surge in the Wisp token, though it has since reversed a bit. In memes, let's see, meme coin leaders were actually read this morning. The Jailstool token is taking over the timeline. It's tied to Dave Portnoy. Briefly hit $200 million yesterday. It's now at $36 million after a Spaces this morning, where he apparently said he is still considering launching his own token. The market did not like that. We saw this Pain token trade near 400 million on pre-markets, of course, on low volume. Take it with a grain of salt, but that would be a huge return for pre-salers. And then this nation state meme coin CAR. That was quite the debacle, but that is the coin that ran near $1 billion yesterday. It was heavily bundled. A lot of red flags tied to this one. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but it's trading like it's not real. that way.
I mean, given the latest information, I think we could almost assume it's not. But it was. I gotta tell you guys, and I want to talk about ETH SOL, but that one was funny for me because like it was an African nation, and like the whole speech was in French, and like it was just hilarious. Like I was just listening to the thing, like just dying. These are countries that you start.
Help us, help us understand. Why was it so funny?
It's just like I don't know, like because when you grow up in France and like in French system school, like you get taught like all the like the different African nations and the study of like all this stuff, and it's just like the guy comes on and does this like speech that's like just like so I don't explain it. Like I was trying all night long to find comparisons so that you guys could understand like what it would feel like. It's like, but like there's no comparison. Like it was just so funny because it's like you know how there's a lot of corruption in some nations out there. And like it just sounded like the guy was just straight up committing like a crime while he was speaking. Like it was like that. Like it was just like it sounded like the country was like getting ready to rug crypto folks for fun. Like I don't know, but it's but now I don't know. Maybe it is deepfake AI, whatever. The background clearly was fake. Like you could tell it was like fading. It was like one of Mando's backgrounds. Like this like looks real, but when he moves, like you can tell it's not a real background. But I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. And that went to $1 billion. That was like speed racing to zero. We should talk about all of them. There was Big Balls, Jail's Tool, and Thing. Let's start with Jail's Tool though, because people are listening to us now, and this is happening right now. What's going on here? I'm seeing some tweets from Easy and everyone. I mean, they've been at war with
Portnoy. So it went to 200 million yesterday. Couldn't really get past that level. Dave said he was going to do a halftime show, halftime spaces. The token kind of chopped around 100 million until his show. The announcement, he didn't really have a huge announcement, really. I think the token got listed on Kraken within 24 hours. It had 100,000 holders in 24 hours. So, I mean, a lot of people did jump into this thing. I did not listen to the space this morning. From what I have gathered from folks who were listening, basically he was kind of railing on crypto Twitter, saying most people are just idiots, crybabies. And then he also mentioned that he still is thinking about doing his own coin. And folks did not like that.
Let's listen to this. Oh, this on DDTG, right? Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's what is going on here? It looks like there was a crash out moment here on the stream. Let's see.
We can't hear it, but
So
tell us, yeah.
the spaces heard it, right? It's YouTube that couldn't hear, or nobody heard it.
I'm not sure.
I know.
I think he was going off on Choose Rich. He's calling Choose Rich a scumbag for
He's calling Choose Rich a scumbag, saying that Nick is texting him on the side, offering to suck his dick. That's not me saying it. I'm just repeating what David said before you come on. And stuff like that.
Fantastic.
So I mean,
good vibes, guys. Good vibes.
So let's clearly say. So I think there's people are asking, did he rug? Like by definition of rugging, no, I don't think he did.
By definition, he did not rug.
I don't believe that he's sold any.
Unless he sold.
And again, I don't have his wallets pulled up, but I'm pretty sure that if he would have sold, like this thing would be at 0, not 40. It's down 7%. But
the one thing I would say is, this is my favorite way so far of celebrities getting into crypto. I have to say that, which is like adopting an existing token.
Yeah, but what happened, Mando, is on that DDTG. So he did it everything, I guess you could argue, right so far. And then he says he's still thinking about launching his coin, which is why it just tanked.
That's an issue, yeah.
By the way, this is why by the way, this is because of that, right, Tyler? You correct me if I'm wrong.
That's why we saw the sell off. It started selling off because he was just like kind of being an asshole on the stream.
He has been quite a. I have to say, I'm coming from someone who's been a fan of his. Like I was telling Tyler earlier this morning, like 2020, I had notification on Dave, following AMC, GME. I was a moon boy with Dave Portnoy. Listened to every DDTG. I had it on, like whatever. Let's go, Dave Portnoy, shit like that. Like I like the guy. I'm a huge fan of Barstool Sports and the business model, which is really cool in media. But like he's been kind of a dick to the crypto community, guys. Like he's kind of been like, you know.
Yeah. I want to talk about the method. So like. I actually agree with Mando. That's part of the reason why I bought in. Disclosure, I did buy in on Friday night. I still hold some coins down quite a bit from where they were yesterday. we were brainstorming with a few folks, like what would be the best way to launch a meme, the fairest way? Because like everyone's concerned, like if he launches, it's going to nuke all of our tokens, blah, blah, blah. And one idea that someone pitched was you launch a token, you don't tell anyone, you let it die. You let all the snipers get out of it. And then once everything's settled, you kind of start running with the coin. And in some ways, that's kind of how Jailstool played out. Someone else launched it. Portnoy adopted it.
Yeah.
He started when it was a low market cap.
I really like that approach.
Shakeout. So it ran to 10 million, then it dropped 70% in the first few hours back to 3 million. And then he kind of came back and endorsed it like, hey, I'm going to run with it. Oh, because he sold it, right? So he sold it, said it was on accident, and then he rebought the coins and more. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to run with this thing. And then he was kind of making it seem more into Saturday and Sunday that he was actually going to run with it more seriously. And that's what pushed it to 200. It couldn't really get past the 200 number. And then it's like whatever he was doing last night. So he launched merch. He said he was going to take the funds from the merch, rebuy the token. That didn't really move the needle too much.
I'm telling you, being a meme coin dev is not for the faint-hearted.
You're doing pretty good. We should talk about you in a second because your shit's pumping hard. But
not for the faint-hearted. You gotta.
But yeah, I mean, if Dave Portnoy can't pump a coin past 200, like,
dude. So let's talk about this, guys. Like, because you saw me, I made that point too in the weekend, right, Tyler? When I was popping in and out, like, there's this 250 million mark on Solana that is just like so hard. That's why I have my line here because I was like, let's see if it breaches it once it's all-time high. It's like impossible to breach. Like, it's gone. Like, if you guys remember Jelly, like 250 dead. 200 has become like extremely hard ceiling to pass because, like, back to the point Mando was making at the beginning of the show, these are daily tokens. These traders, like, let's say the trading groups like Franks and stuff like that, these guys aren't holding past 200 they're on to the next token because they're smart, actually, because, right, like, you don't become a community member of Dave Portnoy's. So I don't know. It looks like that's the hard ceiling at this stage, guys. Like, no token managed to stay. Like, even the car one, let's talk about that for a second. Sure, it went higher, but, it was like 95%. Like, oh my God.
this is a bad one.
You would just have no idea. You would see this coin and be like, "Oh, okay, it's 100 million. That's crazy." Like,
it went to 900 mil.
Look at those initial candles, dude. Look at within 15 minutes, it was at within 45 minutes, it was at 400 million.
Like, I was online last night. This didn't cross my desk till 390. It was at 390 million.
Same. So 450 mil on the 75th minute.
Yeah. Like, what?
So the only people who ate on this one were the people. I mean, Frank did. He was up over. I think he cleared over 1 million. The people who caught it early did
Frank
very
bought it 3 days early.
What did Frank do again?
Happened to be tweeting about it 3 days early.
I don't know if this one's real or not. What's the definition of real? It was like 95% bundled. So once people figured that out, that's kind of what pushed the second leg up. Because then everyone's like, "Oh, the actual market cap is only this."
I gotta go, gents.
See you, Mando. So Easy saying probably shouldn't have referred to launch holders as mutants. Also, probably shouldn't have yapped about launching your own token right after saying you were buying 120K and only buying 32K, but you refuse to acknowledge anyone who's active in the space and let your own ego trip drop the chart faster than your crypto credibility. I have to say, like, not a great look, Not
a great look. And now it's just like, how is he going to come back from this? Because
it's going to be tough, dude.
Going to buy back in. And anyone who bought on Kraken is now down 70%.
Why is he doing it like this? Like, to be honest, like, you have all this support. Like, I know the Kraken people. We've worked with them, right? Remember, they used to sponsor our show, like, before you work with us, Tyler. Like, they're a really fucking amazing team. I talk to them all the time. I became really close friends. Good people. And then Portnoy does something like this. Like, he's had it all going on. Like, remember, like, it was kind of fun. Like, at first, like, oh, fuck, he's pumping, dumping, slow market cap. So maybe we could have argued that then they started planning cool stuff. Not Kraken, like, Portnoy team. Then they did this Jailstool thing, which you're right, by the way, Tyler. In retrospect, finding a dead coin, taking it over, buying supply with your own money, Chad, like, alpha move. But then he crashes out on the Monday morning. On the first Monday after the thing. Like, why? Like, there's no need, bro.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I gave it more time because I wanted to see this weekend. Chaotic. It was the Super Bowl. My read was to continue running with the coin. I did not have the read that he was going to come out and just dunk on everyone and crash out. So.
But like, why? Like, also, like, I'm kind of like, man, I like Dave, man. I like Barstool, so I don't want people to think I'm hating. Just like, why do you do this? Like, at the end of the day, I also love my industry, us, and what we do better than I like Barstool and Dave. And like, I don't like how they treat us. Like, this is like, he's just like calling us all mutants and retards and fucking morons and this and that. That was stupid. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, we're the people moving the needle in a new like paradigm. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of being dunked on by these people. You know?
Yeah, and I've been one. And it really feels like it's all tied to the meme coin sector. Like, if I'm being brutally honest,
of course.
I talked about it a lot. I traded a lot. It's like that's where a lot of the action and attention has been. But it's definitely like becoming more of a black eye. Like I can't argue that.
It's like a nonstop, dude. And then your homies, Tyler, like in the USA, obviously they all know Barstool Sports because Barstool is the biggest fucking shit. Barstool is sick. I love Barstool. But then like they listen to this and they're like, oh, these meme coin guys are stupid. And then they blame us. Like Nikita the other day, I like Nikita Beer, but he's like, oh, I don't blame anyone for not launching a meme coin. Look at how these meme coin guys are reacting. Maybe don't cause the thing in the first place. Like it's like pure gaslighting, you know? Like the jelly guys are like now blaming the meme coin traders for having such short. Yeah, no shit. You know, it's like going to the casino and the guy's losing his money. He's like, haha, loser, you shouldn't come to the casino. It's like, dude, what? You know? I don't know.
Just this current meta with everything running up so far so fast. It's just we've seen the meme coins that do well over time, right? It's like the whiffs. Like whiff was 16 million like 3 or 4 weeks in. And then it was 30.
Yeah.
Then it was these new metas. If you don't buy a token in the first hour or day, it's already at 100 or 200 million. And then at that point, like
there's no
every
point.
enters is going to lose 70%.
Yeah.
And then no one's having fun. The money is just evaporating. And
yesterday, 800 million. I had people texting me that I'm fading the Central African shit. Because I tweeted yesterday. I was like, oh, wow, this thing's GDP. And then I tweeted about how I'm taking like a weekend off, which felt really good, by the way. But like off trading. So I would only tweet and then close Twitter. That was my rule. I come in because I wanted to yap a little bit, you know what I mean? And then I do my thing and leave. And then yesterday I was like, bro, I missed big balls. I missed this. I missed that. And then this guy's like, well, are you going to keep fading car? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to keep fading. It's 800 mil. I'd be fucking down so bad right now how to listen to the people saying I'm fading. And they probably held their bag in round trip. So there's lessons in there, Tyler. You know?
A lot of lessons. So like I was similar to you. Like I was in like we sped around the emotional cycle last week. I was past anger and into like indifference. And I was fine, just like not being in the trenches and missing the runners of the day. And then like the Portnoy stuff happens, and then I get out of my indifference and buy jail stool, and then I end up trading a little bit this weekend. And the reality is I would have been better just not trading anything.
So and then on top of that, then you also have a mental strain, and it's Monday morning, you gotta work all week. You know what I mean? It's like I'm using you as an example because you're saying you, but like that's the thing for me. It's like I wake up Monday, then like I have a business to run. You work too. Some people do this as a living. It's fine. Like that's all they do, meme coin trading. But like imagine waking up on a Monday burnt from the Saturday, Sunday. You lost money or your round trip, and and now you have to go to work for 5 days straight. Go back to your fucking 9 to 5, pissed off, mentally burnt. Like I think we need to talk about this. Like this is crazy, right? Most people would have round tripped this stuff. I am even saying, oh, I missed it, but hey, I probably also would have round tripped and or done dumb trades, dude. I would have sold jail stool, bought back jail stool. You know what I mean? I'm here acting like I would have treated it well. God knows, maybe I would have gone. Fuck, I lost 60K on Enron this week, dude. I suck too sometimes, you know.
So, it's a hard game.
So so JLP, I'm comfortable. I didn't picture this. Mando texted me that he's buying a fuck ton of fart coin, and then he posted about 5 minutes later, and I didn't even tell him that's how much I didn't want to buy coins, you know. So, and my love for Farcoin is deep. So it's like I'm like a proper community member at this stage. Anyway, speaking of which, let's go through some more of your topics here. That Farcoin chart's not looking bad, man. Don't want to call bottom, but hopefully we get there.
I think real quick on Farcoin. I think every one of these news stories, like the CAR, like jail stool, anyone who gets burned on it is like they're closer and closer to like I just want to buy Farcoin and just zone out. Like I'm seeing that message in chats.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
that's one thing Fartcoin has going for it. Is Fartcoin going to revisit the 40 cent level probably one more time or two? I don't know. I don't know how the near term is going to play out.
Nobody wants to call bottoms here.
I'm not going to try to do that. It definitely is trading like leveraged SOL to a degree. At least that's what it seems like. So we probably are going to be dependent on Bitcoin and SOL breaking out of the channel at some point. But hey, there's some green on.
But like it's doing volume, dude. Like we said earlier, man, like 200 something million in 24 hours of volume stacks and DEX, like 120 of which on DEX. Sorry, it's looking good. You know, it's looking good. Anyways, what if I crashed out? Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, I'm getting a bunch of comments. Sorry, and deferred from this stuff. I actually was trying to get Dave on the show today. I was like, yo, just get him on the show. And yeah, I'm still down on Dave Portnoy. I want to have this conversation. I'll ask him face to face, like, yo, why are you taking us for fucking morons? You know, it's like, I think it would be great. Anyways, Tyler, what else do you have for us? Because there was surely more stuff going on just meme coins this weekend.
Yeah, there's better news. I think Mando kind of talked about the Japan Financial Services
thing. Let's talk about that. It's a very big deal.
So their financial services agency, it's literally called that, their FSA, is considering new rules that would classify crypto assets as financial products like securities. This would require businesses dealing with crypto to disclose it. So there's going to be like the rules of the road, but it enables them to get in the door. And there's a timeline. So they're expected to announce reforms by June 2025. So
wow,
at the end of H1 here, potential reforms could make spot crypto ETFs more attractive. So spot crypto could come to Japan.
Wow.
The reason Japan's economy, 4th biggest GDP in the world, tons of money. We know Asia has, I don't want to overgeneralize, but has an affinity towards crypto.
Yeah.
That's a fair thing to say.
Very.
So another big unlock.
Wow.
And Mando we don't need to go deeper into this. I wrote my newsletter about it, but 22 states. We've got universities now.
Wow.
University of Austin wants to buy in. And again, that quote, we don't want to be left behind. That's the capitulation end quote, right? Because like everyone sees the writing on the wall. All the institutions. It's the exact tweet that you showed from Hogan. The institutions see it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't be the only ones left not holding any Bitcoin if and when the strategic reserve is approved and the biggest countries in the world start buying and this thing really takes off without them.
Yeah.
It really feels like the clock is ticking on when Bitcoin's going to explode. Like that's kind of my read on Bitcoin. And then just the macro headlines just keep pouring in. So that was the big news on the macro standpoint. I think in the trenches, the pump fund story from Wu Blockchain.
So what's going on? So Alon refuted it right away, claiming
it was like that refute, kind of like
let's see here. Seeing rumors.
Okay, so he said that these are wrong. Okay, so that's a refute.
Yeah, I think he's hard refuting. He's seeing rumors about a potential pump fund token. These are wrong. Would advise not to listen to anything that didn't clearly directly come from Pump the Fund. While the Pump Fund team has mainly been focused on improving the product in this one-year history, the team has always been committed to rewarding its users properly. Good things take time. And then your favorite AI picked up on the fucking Wu blockchain stuff and started also reporting on that, saying that there's a Dutch auction coming for the token. I would find it a little weird if Pump Fund did a Dutch auction mechanism for their token personally, but what do you think?
Everyone, so my read on that part was everyone just misinterpreted the Wu blockchain tweet. So Wu blockchain said, Pump Fund will release token, conduct public offerings, and will adopt the Dutch auction model. I actually interpreted that as their Pump Fund platform is going to consider like a Dutch auction token launch model, separate from they're doing their own token. So like two different parts of two things are happening in this update. That was how I read this. It doesn't really matter because Alan has refuted it, but Alan in his tweet basically says, hey, he's at least stringing people along that there's going to be a token. I mean, he said that, right? Like we were still thinking about how to reward our users.
They're not walking it back, by the way.
They're not. Yeah, Wu doubled down on it.
Wu doubled, triple. Like they're not backing down on this statement, by the way.
Previously, Binance also mentioned the use of the Dutch auction to innovate token model. So yeah, again, the Dutch auction piece is separate. So like, it does not. They're not saying that one will launch ticker pump via Dutch auction. I think
Right.
that would be massive. That would be the biggest blowback in Trench's history if that's what happened. And I think these guys are smart enough to know that.
I think
So
the
I don't-
funniest outcome would. Oh wait, they answered Alon. It is almost a public fact that Pump Fund plan to issue a token using the Dutch auction inside the sexes. Please
Oh
don't
wow!
lie.
So
Oh,
I'm
they're
wrong.
calling him a liar. Straight up, calling
So
him a
I
liar.
didn't- Okay, so they're doubling down that it is going to be a Dutch auction. Wow.
Wu blockchain team obtained the detailed coin issuance preparation documents. Whoa. That Pump Fund provided to the sexes. We can also publish with permission. The listing staff of multiple exchanges also confirmed to us that Pump Fund plans to issue a token, but the time is indeed not determined. So the token part, I think there's been rumblings even from Pump Fund. The rest, I personally can't even me personally, I can't even, like, it's not like I got information on it, so I can't even confirm.
That's wild.
This is
So if someone's listening isn't familiar with what the Dutch auction model, so we saw this in NFTs. Art blocks notoriously went this route, where you effectively start with a very high price, and the price drops if people don't pay it, to where you get to like a fair market price.
well, they're fully doubling down. They even posted this on top of that, bro. Like they're not refuting at all. They're going with the story. Hey, credits to them from a journalistic standpoint for sticking to their sources and their story.
Yeah, if they got the sources, then
It probably means they have some very, very strong. This is good. I mean, I don't even care who's right, who's wrong. Give me that Pump Fund token, baby. You know what I mean? Fuck it, dude. Come on, Alon.
well, the people, if there's no airdrop but just a Dutch auction, it would be total chaos. If there's an airdrop but also a Dutch auction component, that's a little bit different. For me, like, I don't have a ton of Pump Fund volume. It's like
I don't have a lot of Pump Fund volume, but I have a ton of volume on Pump Funds. Like,
yeah,
deep,
same.
because like Farcoin's a Pump Fund, right? So I have like deep 7-figure volume on fucking Pump Fund tokens. But I don't, imagine you reward it for how much volume you've done on ticker pumps. Like,
Yeah, I don't think
and
that.
pump.
I think it would be on their platform probably.
But it would be sick if there's a, because even if you didn't use their platform, it's a Pump Fund ticker that you've bought, sold. Alon, if you're listening to this, it's actually not very selfish. It's quite selfless because I think we all relate that have traded Pump Fund tickers on other aggregators. If you're listening to this, Alon, could be nice. Could be nice. If he Dutch auctions ICOs a pump token, it will be the other deeds mint. Massive liquidity drain that will kill all markets. I mean, the difference is that there wouldn't be any gas fees really because it's Solana. Well, there will be network fees, but I get it. You know what I mean? I mean, it would absolutely destroy every single meme coin on Sol. Like, you know what I mean, Tyler? Like, if there's a pump token, even alts.
Depends on how if they launched it solely via Dutch auction and there's no airdrop component, then yes, people would sell off memes to raise capital.
Yeah. So Wobin Baba makes a good point. If you've played around the hyper and the hyper liquid, I was in the hyper liquid trenches for a whole weekend a few weeks ago, so I'm like an expert. It's a Dutch auction system, Tyler, and it works awesome. But obviously, it's not Pump Fund level hype, so I don't know how it works under such hype, right? But on hyper liquid, I had a lot of fun doing that for a whole weekend, and then
it works. I've actually never done a token via Dutch auction, so like the price just starts decreasing, and then eventually once it gets 100 million, then you're buying it at 80 million, then you're buying it at 60 million. Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll see. I don't want to spend too much brain power worrying about this just because it's still unknown.
Yeah, true. There's we don't even know shit. So what do we know? We know nothing there. Well, that was a very busy weekend, Tyler.
One silver lining. So everyone thought headed in on Friday was that if a Kanye coin comes or a Portnoy comes, it's going to nuke the entire meme market. And now it looks like Kanye is not going to do a coin. And
Kanye's out. He's gone.
Portnoy kind of did his, and the meme market is fine. So
Kanye's gone. And we
And
lost
now-
Kanye.
If Portnoy does his own now, like I don't even think it'll be that big of a thing.
Who?
If Portnoy launched his own now,
I think it would
after
be a big PND. People will buy it. People will sell it because I think people are just pissed off right now.
maybe, but I don't think people would just be nuking all their bags to like load.
No,
the SOL.
I'm not chasing shit. I'm going to Paris. I'm going to Hong Kong for consensus. I'm good. I'm happy for you guys for everybody to have this thing. There was another news this morning. Again, some OpenSea chatter.
Finzer refuted this one as well. So
it looks like it was refuted too. So we have OX quit for 3 minutes ago, but okay, so there you go. Okay, so hold on. He talks about the refuting. So let me get this straight. If none of the rumors are true, then you must believe that OpenSea set up OpenSea Foundation but doesn't own OpenSea Foundation. The owner of OpenSea Foundation could have fished millions of dollars, but instead decided to deploy a very on-brand airdrop site with extensive terms and conditions, a KYC process and claim checker. Said owner, again, certainly not OpenSea, subsequently took the website down, probably because they realized their misinformation campaign was way too believable. I'm sure the troll that owns the domain is now in talks with the OpenSea Foundation to transfer it to them, rather after which they'll probably bring it back up. So apparently OpenSea Foundation was owned by a troll. See, man, people really gotta be careful. Like between this and what we just talked about for the last 30 minutes, Tyler, I think this is a period where people really need to be semi hands off, man. Like I say, preserve your capital a lot on the timeline lately, and some people mistaken that for like bearish sentiment. I could not be more bullish. I mean, my name is Permabull on Twitter on here every day now, but it means like just don't get burnt. Keep your soul.
And don't go signing messages. So like I saw people reporting that website this morning. I chose not to because it wasn't confirmed. And quit is probably right. Like this probably was a real site, but it's just not worth. Like, why is it worth being the first person to sign their wallet message on this OpenSea Foundation site? Like, there's no point in that. So let's wait for the official information to come out. If it plays out like it looked this morning, which would mean no U.S. users. I think there was a VPN block of some kind, KYC. There's going to be some pushback, I think, but let's see how it plays out.
Okay, look, we'll see what happens on that front, and there's not much else to cover. One thing before we take off, I do have some good news for the audience. I do have some news for the audience. Is I am told, given that I don't think I'll be here, I may, there's like 50% chance I'm here tomorrow, but then I'm not going to be here the rest of the week. We're not hosting the show on the 13th, I think, because none of us are here. Mando and I are in France, and I think you've got some family stuff to attend. And then next week, you guys are going to host, but I'm out because I'm in Hong Kong for consensus. So if you're at NFT Paris, Ledger events on the 12th, go sign up on Ledger's website. I'll be there all day long. I'll be running podcasts. I'll be vibing. Decrypt, Arguido, and Myriad are partnering with Ledger for that event. It's going to be super cool. 13th and 14th, we have an awesome booth at NFT Paris. Come say hi. Free coffee, shout the pawns, and the frogs there for hooking us up as usual. So some free coffee at the booth by everybody else. So come vibe, 13th, 14th. I'm doing a panel with Lucanets on the 14th. A panel with OSF on the 13th, or vice versa, one of the two. And I'm doing a panel on Myriad with Locks and Elan, so keynote. So definitely come check us out. But given that, I'm being told that I get to do 2 spins today, now. Fuck yeah! How's that, Tyler? How's that? That way you guys only have 2 left to do without me when I'm not around. And I just set a Pudgy Penguin a 10% chance to hit. 10.
Like that.
Yeah, I may even try to make 11 here. Hold on. Let me try and see if it doesn't make the thing too expensive. I just made an 11% chance to win. So what we're going to do is, because we can't run a Twitter picker because Sims is in Paris right now. So we travel, right, for this. We travel, move the team around. We're going to pick from the audience. So even better news for the people. We're going to pick from the audience. We're going to do 2 spins, and we'll get to pick them from the audience right there. We're going to usual. We're going to do the number game where Tyler gives me a number. And we're going to do the stop game where Tyler tells me to stop. So this gives you a couple seconds for the YouTube listeners. Head over to Twitter Spaces. No code word. You go to the Twitter Spaces here. Head over to Twitter Spaces, and we're going to pick 2 people just straight up, bang, like that from the fucking audience. You don't have to request, but you're allowed to, right? It just changes your position in the space. So you're welcome to if you want. You don't have to. Doesn't really matter to us whether you request or not. So I'm going to give you guys like 10 more seconds for that, and then we're gonna run it. Tyler, just quickly, market's a little bad for a Monday. While the people move over migrate to spaces, not bad, eh?
Not bad for a Monday.
For Monday, sorry, it's Friday. Not bad for a Monday.
Yeah, I feel like we're just going to trade in this range until we break out of that. I feel like we got another couple weeks in the range. Probably we'll revisit lows. We'll revisit the highs.
Yeah, we probably will say hi to them again, back and forth.
I don't think we're going lower than 88K Bitcoin. I'll be surprised if we go lower than 92.
I think like it would require really like some crazy Trump shit to like send this down. Like even the tariff talk yesterday night, like again, like bang, 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 like that was
yeah. I wanted to touch on that. So like everyone was racing to say like, oh, we've had all this good news. It's not pumping the price. Now we're kind of seeing the opposite of all this negative tariff news.
Is no dumping
the big impact either.
Yeah, it's funny because actually, if you look at Bitcoin, 4 days in a row, same price. I've never seen this. Stable coin. Yeah, that's not bad, I guess. I mean, it's great for my JLP. I'm cool. Like, I'm chilling. But it's like, all right. I'm assuming people have migrated to Twitter Spaces now. So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to do the stop game. So, Tyler, I'm going to go all the way down and all the way back up and then down and up and down and up. You tell me when to stop.
Stop.
This person. All right. Toast 42X. Toast 42X.
Nice.
Looks like a FWA community member. And he also retweeted the spaces, by the way. So he would have been eligible for the giveaway either way, which is awesome. So Toast42X, I'm going to add you as a speaker. And then we're going to pick another person. This time we're going to do number game. So just give me a number.
32. That's the market cap of the jail stool right now.
There you go. How many rows is that? Quick math. It's 4 per row. 8.
Yeah,
so 8. We do 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's the last one here. Basil Weeds. I just let you up. Basil Weeds. There you go. From Chicago. Location is Chicago, Illinois. And he retweets all of our shit. So either way, he would have been eligible to win. So that's awesome. Good picks, Tyler. Good picks. All right, Toast, what up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for having me out, man.
Yo, hello.
Yo. All right, so we'll go with Toast first because he was first pick, and then we'll go to Basil. So here, let me share my screen. It's simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red guys and 1 penguin. But the penguin has 11% chance of hitting. We've never had these odds before. So, Toast, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, you're first. So let's go here. Play, I acknowledge, and spin. Come on. Go back around. Well, you win a red guy, number 116. Nice tag. I like that. Congratulations, Toast. You win a $1,300 red guy. Which, by the way, if you're in Paris, Rect is having their party on the 13th at night. And if I saw that right, Tyler, it looks like they're teasing another flavor. Looks like they tease another flavor. Let me just go quickly here. Well, before I go to you, in a second here, I want to switch this. I have to remove the cash prize. That's why. Quickly, boom. And then 1 second. Sorry, let me even add more here. I have to make it 100%. Basically, what you guys are seeing me do on the screen here is making it 100% chance that the listener wins. Pretty much. Yeah, every day I do that. There you go. All right. Basil, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, let's get this pick. Come on. We
Chicago boy.
First
Come on now.
Scottie Pippen. Let's go. Come on now. Oh, it's so close. That was so close. Fuck. All right, you win a red guy as well.
Yes, sir.
You were 1 away from a penguin because see when it replaced it by the penguin behind the screen. That's
Thank
crazy.
you guys so much.
Congratulations. So there you go. We've given you another near $3,000 on the show today. With that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.